Rhea Ripley doubters, I got some bad news for you in this video. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about because your girl is finally back. We have been waiting months upon months to see Rhea Ripley back on WWE television, and the wait was worth the waiting for sure, because on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw, the former Women's World Champion, she returned in the closing segment of the show. She had been sidelined for several months now. People, including myself, we believe in Rhea Ripley. She has a connection with the fan base that is not like many. It's a true connection. It's a connection that dates all the way back to her NXT UK days. People saw her as a star. She just needed to find herself, and she did. If you've seen her progression in the business, you have seen her go from one extreme to the other, right? She was concerned that she was going to be a clone of Charlotte Flair in the eyes of many people. So she decided, okay, I'm going to pivot, and I'm going to go to a darker, edgier character, and it really transformed her look, and her personality, and overall her WWE character. Now, people were upset when she had to vacate the Women's World Championship earlier this year. Why? Well, it's because we were robbed of that moment. We were robbed of seeing Rhea Ripley lose the championship after such a long and dominant reign that started in 2023 when she beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 39. And so when she did that backstage segment with Liv Morgan, suffered a seam joint sprain in her shoulder, we were robbed of it, and we had heard, okay, she's returning, there's creative plans in place for her, they're going to do her and Liv down the road, right? And then they incorporated Dominik Mysterio into this program, and I think that is a huge, huge benefit to Liv and Rhea Ripley, and their feud, because Dominik Mysterio, whether you like him or you don't, he is the most hated heel in the business, and props to him for doing so. This kid's come a very long way. And so they've risen Liv to be a big star, and they've risen Ripley into being a bigger star. And so you knew when Rhea was going to make her return, it was going to be a big freaking deal. And it was. So what happened? Well, we had Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega going up against Liv and Dominik Mysterio in a tag team match. Liv and Dom went over. And then after the match, as Liv and Dom they were going to make out in the middle of the ring, we heard Rhea Ripley's great theme song. And she came out, she was hot, mad was, and Liv bailed through the crowd. Smart on WWE's part of not having them get physical right away. You save that moment, and it logically for Liv just to get out of the ring. That was very, very logical. Props to them for doing so. And obviously, Rhea argued and yelled with Dominik going up the stage to Gorilla and everything like that. And so that leads us to today's video. What is this bad news that I'm talking about? Well, WWE, they always upload highlights from Monday Night Raw and various shows to their YouTube channel. In the first 9 hours, Rhea Ripley's return video hit 1 million views. Okay? As a recording of today, July 10th, it's the most watched video of the entire show. It's the most viewed highlight video from the entire episode of Monday Night Raw. That includes a really fun promo exchange that went 15 minutes between former world champion Seth Rollins and CM Punk that opened the show. Okay? Rhea Ripley's video stands at 2.4 million views as a recording of this video. Why is this bad news for doubters? It shows that she is a bigger star than you want to acknowledge, that you want to admit. Okay? We knew that she was a big star, and her star has risen, right? And it really risen when she joined the Judgment Day in 2022. It got further as 2023 went on. She won the Women's Royal Rumble match. She beat Charlotte Flair. She went on this long, dominant championship reign. And right before she was written off of television, before she got to the Liv Morgan program, we started to sense that, okay, fans really, really bought into Rhea Ripley. She went from a heel to a babyface almost overnight, right? It just happened. And so now that she's back, you have Rhea Ripley, who has never been hotter as a star, right? And you have Liv Morgan, who is on a freaking nether level when it comes to popularity, engagement, impressions, reach, any kind of metric you want to measure. She's super over in that regard. And so you have a perfect storm, right? Because we've been waiting for, okay, who can Rhea Ripley really go up against? Who can really challenge her? Well, at first, and props to her, it was Becky Lynch. Although I and a lot of other people felt like her feud with Becky Lynch, the build-up to that match at WrestleMania 40, it was a little flat when we're talking about who we're talking about, right? We're talking about one of the greatest of all time and Becky Lynch, one of their biggest stars, a mega star, a true main event draw. And then we have Rhea Ripley, who is in her prime doing the best character work of her life right now. It kind of fell flat. And so when we okay, there's a little bit of backstory between her and Liv. Oh, Rhea's injured. And now we got to wait. And then what they've been able to do with Liv over the last few months, putting her with Dominic Mysterio, a instant heater, right? Then having her beat Becky Lynch for the women's world title in Saudi Arabia. Then having her beat Becky Lynch 2 nights later on an episode of Monday Night Raw inside of a steel cage. It's like, oh, okay, now Liv's star has risen, and now we have Rhea Ripley back, and now these two are going to shine. So whether you like her or you don't like her, whether you support her or you doubt her, Rhea Ripley is a freaking star, and instead of just putting your heads in the sand, maybe it's time that you acknowledge who Rhea Ripley is, why she's so special. Now, we obviously are going to get this match, it looks like at SummerSlam, August 3rd, Cleveland. I hope we get that match. I expect we get that match there, and I expect it to get a plenty of time, and this build is going to be
fam.
So much.
A few news and notes
fun.
here. First of all,
Just my
make sure to
opinion.
hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you are notified every single time we upload new wrestling content here to the channel. Also, if you would like to further support the channel and my family, please consider dropping some money on a membership, subscribing to that. You'll get additional content. There's a bunch of awesome perks out there, including members-only videos, which I highly recommend you go and check out. Also, if you are looking for some sweet pro wrestling merch, down in the description below, I have a link with some 2 sweet promo codes, including free shipping. All that information down in the description below. Thank you so much for changing my life, my family's life, and supporting the channel. And I will see y'all in the next video.